It's the anti-beat. This is Petro Games.
Episode 25. In full effect. Yes, sir. Got a lot to talk about today. It's a big day. A big day. Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into episode 25 of the Top of the Morning Show podcast. It's a big day. It is a big day in the NFL as it is scheduled release day. I'm so glad I made this beat choice. It's scheduled release day, and it's time to see what teams have easiest, hardest schedule. Now, it's not fully out, so that may come on tomorrow's episode, or I may do a weekend episode. Who knows? But no later than Monday, will we take a look at every team's schedule and see who has the easiest and hardest schedule. Now, with that being said, let's get to opening statements. As opening statements is about the schedule. Marquee matchup. The opening day game is the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. When I woke up and saw that, I was like, okay, the Chiefs make sense. But the Lions? Wow. I mean, it's not bad if you are a football fan and you actually know how the Lions are trending in the right direction. But on paper, it just looks like it's still the Lions, bro. Like, they're not gonna have Jameson Williams, okay? So that's gonna suck because that'll be the biggest stage that he's been on since being in the NFL for real. Besides that, that Packers game, they already weren't going to the playoffs because the team won before that. But they're kicking off the NFL season September 7th. Of course I'm gonna watch it. Of course I can't wait for it. And I'm gonna try my hardest. Because for the past 2 years, I've been wanting to do NFL coverage for the whole season, but I just got lazy and stopped doing it after like the first 2 weeks. But it's not bad. That's not a bad game. I mean, I would have preferred like a Kansas City and Bengals opening week, or if you needed an NFC opponent, I would have probably did Kansas City versus Dallas. I would love to see Dallas lose on the opening week, on the opening day of the season. What about Kansas City and Minnesota? That wouldn't be a bad matchup. But I mean, Detroit's not terrible. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm not gonna lie. But now we got some bad news, okay? Because unfortunately, the Washington Commanders are not taking a trip across the pond or to Germany. I got my hopes up, and I fed into the clickbait, thinking that Washington may actually about to be taking a trip to across the pond, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately not, as Washington is not one of the teams on the international slate. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the international slate for you for this season. So, list of the NFL international games. October 1st, you got Atlanta versus Jacksonville at Wembley Stadium. When is Jacksonville never? Jacksonville's always playing in London, bro. They might as well just move to London, bro. And I know it was a serious thought at one point. I wonder whatever happened to that. They might as well just move the team to London, bro, because they're always in London. Because then guess what? October 8th, the Jacksonville Jaguars are there again. This time they're playing the Buffalo Bills at Tottenham. Then 10-15, October 15th, you got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans. Then in Frankfurt, I believe that's Germany, they got Miami versus Kansas City and Indianapolis versus New England. So Washington did not make the cut for an international game. They don't love us, man. When are we going to get another international game, bro? It's been so long. Are they not doing Mexico City games this year? Are they not doing Kansas City games this year? I mean, Mexico City games this year? I don't know. But honestly speaking, those international games, how do y'all feel about them? They're lackluster to me. Ain't nothing that I'm going to obviously watch because ain't nothing like 9 a.m. football. But those are lackluster. Like, we need to find a way. They need to start putting, like, 2 marquee teams overseas. Like, have a Bills and Chiefs overseas game. Have a Eagles Cowboys overseas game. Have a Bears and Vikings overseas game. Now the Bears are actually gonna be good, in my opinion. At least they should make strides forward this year and be a perennial playoff team. But those are weak, man. Like, Jacksonville always in London, bro. Every single year, bro. Literally. And the fact that they got 2 games this year, that's insane. The Ravens game is cool because the Ravens are gonna be good. The Titans as their opponent. Give me the Steelers if you're gonna do something. Give me the Steelers. Give me the Raiders. Give me the Chargers. Like, you know, Titans, they're trash, man. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let's see if there's any more leaks right now. As I'm refreshing my Twitter like every 2 seconds. I don't know why I don't follow Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport. I should, because that's who's gonna be leaking. So Monday Night Football has been released, and everybody was saying Jets versus Giants makes too much sense. You know, because obviously it's going to fall on September 11th, which was a tragic time for the United States. As we all know what happened September 11th, 2001. But I agree. Like, Jets versus Giants, they play each other this year. That would have made too much sense. I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Both of the teams that's technically in New Jersey, but really should be in New York City. Why aren't they in New York City? That's a question that you can have for a lot of teams, though. Like, why isn't the Giants in New York City? Why Giants and Jets in New York City? Why isn't Washington and D.C. or the Commanders in D.C.? Why isn't what other teams don't play in their actual city that they claim? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know there's a few, like Dallas. Dallas plays in Arlington, right? Like, why don't they play in Dallas? Like, I think like the ultimate like New York thing would to have like the Giants in the heart of New York City somewhere, and have, or like the Bronx or something, and then have like the Jets in like Queens or like Harlem or something. Shoot, like even Staten Island, even though that's out the way for New York people, but I don't know. That's just a thought. I would have did Jets versus Giants. It made too much sense, but Monday Night Football, it looks like they're only doing one game. We don't know though, but I'm not for sure. But I don't want to guarantee anything. But it looks like they're only doing one game, and it is a New York game. It's just an AFC East division game, and hey, I'm all for it though. I would have liked to see Jets versus Giants because of the situation, but I'm all for Jets versus Bills. That's gonna be a good game. I'm all for it though. As far as like better fan experience like us and stuff like that, this game is definitely much more appealing. Like, let's not get it twisted. I personally just would have preferred, not preferred, but it would have been better for the whole situation. Excuse me, for Jets Giants to kick it off. But I'm all for Bills and Bills Jets. I'm all for Bills Jets. Let's see if there's any other leaks. I wonder if they leaked the Sunday night game yet. I know they leaked the opener and they leaked Monday night. Not leaked, but announced. Okay, so another note, we got the Seahawks will travel 31,600 miles this season, the most in the NFL per Bill spokesman or Bill Sparrows. Here's how much each team will travel prior to the NFL's full schedule release Thursday. All right, we got another thing to talk about. 32 teams NFL travel total for the 2023-2024 season. Where is the Commanders? That's all we care about. The Washington Commanders sit at 17,000. 17,498 miles. So that's pretty good. That is probably one. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14 teams down from the lowest total of miles. So, hey, we're not going to be traveling a lot this year. Does that necessarily mean that many home games? No, I don't think so. But that just means that the teams that we're facing, we won't be traveling as far as what you got to think about. Like, you look at our division. I mean, you look at our schedule or our teams we play, not schedule. But you look at the teams we play, that being the Washington Commanders, you can see that like we won't be traveling that far for the away games, because taking a look at the away games, and of course, it depends on like the time of day, what's the weather looking like, excuse me, and stuff like that. But looking at our away games, we are not gonna be traveling that much. I think it was like Atlanta was on there. That's like what, 5-hour drive, probably like a 3-hour plane ride maybe. Then you got the Jets. That's probably like an hour, probably even like 30-45 minutes of a plane ride, because you're going right to New Jersey. Then you got the Eagles right down there. You got the Giants is right down there. Thing is, you do got the Broncos, so that could be a plane ride. You got LA, so you're flying across the country, and you got Dallas, which is probably a little ways away. But then those are pretty the only far ones for like Boston is not that far of a plane ride. But the home games, you got the Eagles. I mean, you got the Eagles, Cowboys, and the Giants all coming home. Obviously, that's division games. That's every year. Then you got the 49ers coming home to us. So we don't gotta fly all the way to California, San Francisco, like we had to do last year. So that's an advantage. Then we don't have to fly all the way to Orchard Park, or is it New Era Field now? You don't have to fly all the way to Buffalo. So that's cool. And then you also don't always then you also don't have to fly all the way to Arizona, because Arizona's gonna be coming here. I would love for us to fly to Miami. That'd be great, because playing in Miami is always good. But yeah, I can really see why we don't have that much travel time. I will say our schedule is very, very hard though. But Washington sits at 17,000 miles traveled this season. So that's not a lot. All right, y'all. Let's see if there's any other leaks before we transition. All right. Let's transition to some other topics here, as we have other NFL news that we could talk about as we wait for the schedule release. Well, actually, it looks like we have some other games. So, you got Dolphins Jets November 24th, week 12. You got 49ers Eagles December 3rd, week 13. And the link, you got the NFC Championship rematch. Then you got Giants Eagles on Christmas. That's gonna be a jolly. See what I did there? That's gonna be a jolly of a game. What if it's snowing in Philly? 4:30 kickoff. You got Bengals Cincinnati, or Bengals Cincinnati. You got Bengals Kansas City, December 31st. That's week 17. That's the final week of the season. So that could potentially be for the number one seed in the AFC. So actually, we're not going to switch topics here. We're going to continue because we got more schedule releases that I just found. That could potentially be for the AFC. The first seed in the AFC playoff compilation will potentially come in, because I fully expect both of these teams to make the playoffs. They played in the AFC Championship last year. And it's gonna be in the 425 window. Tony Romo probably gonna be on the call. Is Jim Nantz still his partner? Why do I feel like Jim Nantz retired? Am I tripping? I think Jim Nantz retired. I don't know, but Tony Romo obviously is gonna be on the call. And let's see. We got other leaks. Let's see if we have any other ones. So you got Packers. You got Lions Packers Thursday Night Football. Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime's running it back, and then obviously you got them on Thanksgiving, as you do every year, 12:30 p.m. You got the Lions at Vikings on week. Lions Vikings, they play each other 2 week span. So they play each other week 16 at Minnesota, and then week 18 at then they host Minnesota. That could be a really, really interesting thing for the NFC North, because right now, as it sits, I think the Vikings are obviously the favorites to win the North, but the Vikings and Detroit, I could see Detroit making playoffs too. I could definitely see Detroit winning that division. Shoot, if Justin Fields lives up to what he can be, and he actually takes strides now that he has weapons, I wouldn't even be surprised if Chicago finds a way to win the North. But I could definitely see Detroit winning the NFC North. And the fact that they play the Vikings in a 2-week span, that definitely could be for something insane. Like, that is gonna be a crazy time period. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Quickly, if you guys are new, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. And welcome into the episode 25 of the Top of the Morning Show podcast. As we're going through the schedules live here, we got the leaks. Once we get the full schedule, I might do another live tomorrow. I might do another live tomorrow where we finally don't have to guess. We can just go through it. Did I already mention that we have Cowboys and 49ers week 5? I think I already mentioned that. Could be wrong though. You got Cowboys, Dallas. I say Cowboys. I'm tripping, bro. Cowboys, 49ers, Sunday Night Football. Is that at San Francisco? Yeah, or is that in Dallas? It looks like it's in San Francisco. Yeah, it looks like it's in San Francisco. That should be a good matchup. That Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers matchup is going to be great. That's going to be a good one. You already knew Aaron Rodgers was going to get it, though. All right. Let's see what other matchups we have. I can't wait for a Commanders League. I watch as soon as I get off live. As soon as I get off the podcast live stream, watch a Commanders League is going to happen. Just watch. The Packers have 5. Look, the Packers have 5 primetime games, even without Aaron Rodgers this year. They got Chicago, they got Detroit, they got Devontae Adams, and they got the Chiefs. And they got the Giants. They don't play a 2022 playoff team until week 8. We don't play the Packers this year, do we? I wish we did. Ted Jordan Love up, man. But I'm trying to see if there's anything on Washington. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys like the stream, like the show. If you are new, we're 1 sub away from 5,400 subscribers, so that'd be great if we could hit that live on the air. All right, so let's actually go ahead and transition to more owner Washington Commanders news, because it was an owners thing that came out yesterday that I made a video on that a lot of people felt like I was felt a little different about. So let's actually talk about that, because there was some news on the Washington Commanders ownership that kind of wasn't good news, but also was good news. Let's see. It's the Washington Post. I know a lot of people don't like the Washington Post. I gotta find the link here. I put it in my last video. Let me go get the link right quick, and then I'll read the article to you guys live. How are we doing this morning, man? It's a beautiful morning outside. Mostly sunny with a little wind. Ain't nothing wrong with that though. A little wind ain't gonna kill you. All right, y'all. So it says NFL Finance Committee has concerns about Josh Harris buying the Washington Commanders. Essentially, the article goes on to state this. It says, this. I can actually, I'm put it up on screen, let you guys read it with me. If you guys are listening to the podcast version, I'll do my best to read it out to you live. But for the people that's here watching, I'm going to share my screen and you guys could listen and you could read for yourself. You get 2 for 1 here on the top of the morning show. So let me go ahead and give you guys full screen here. There we go. All right, so it says members of the NFL Finance Committee raised concern Wednesday about Josh Hurst's testified $6.5 billion deal to purchase the Washington Commanders from Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder slowing momentum for approval of the potential sale and dimming the prospect of a ramification vote by the league's team's owner later this month. 3 people familiar with the NFL inner workings and ownership views said this. The reservations expressed during a meeting of the 8-owner finance committee do not mean Hurst's deal will be rejected. Those people said. They said the committee must spend more time examining the financial aspects, and one of them said it seems increasingly unlikely the owner can be approved the transaction even on a conditional basis during their May 22nd or 23rd meeting in Minneapolis. Everyone wants to get it done. This is quoted from, I believe, an NFL owner. Everyone wants to get it done. One of these people said, I'm not saying it can't get done. I don't know. We'll have to see. According to that person's question was raised during the meeting about some aspects of the deal. That person said the agreement is complex and the financing includes an unsurely large number of limited partners. Another person said the financial committee emerged from Wednesday's meeting with less clarity and uncertainty about the deal than they had beforehand. If no ramification votes is taken this month, the NFL could schedule a special meeting for the owners to take an approval vote over the summer. The owners' next scheduled meeting is in October. The Hurst Group, the Commanders, and the NFL declined to comment. Roger Goodell says progress is being made towards the Commander sale. Others connected to the process said they remain confident the deal will go through eventually, while conceding the timing of an approval by the league and the owner is more uncertain now. The major obstacles to completion of the deal is their view, remaining that the NFL deadline will with Snyder, not with Hurst. It remains unclear when the agreement between Hurst Group and Snyder might be finalized. It is also uncertain whether the NFL might announce it sometime before a ramification vote by the owners that the deal complies with the large standards. The Finance Committee members met for about 2.5 hours Wednesday afternoon as part of the 2-day of regularly scheduled committee meetings at the NFL's office in Manhattan. Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, the chairman of the Finance Committee, declined to comment afterwards before the meeting. Hunt said he would leave it to the NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell, to characterize the status of the league's consideration of the sale. Before Wednesday's meeting, there had been cautions optimistic the sale could move forward in the coming weeks, perhaps with a vote in Minneapolis to ratify the deal on a conditional basis. Quote, that's the hope. One person familiar with the owner's view said Tuesday before adding, I still think it's heading in the right direction. Another person familiar with the owner's view and the NFL's inner working said earlier Wednesday that the vetting process could not be completed in the time for the Minneapolis meeting under the league standards procedures, but that it might be possible for the owners to approve Hurst's deal on a conditional basis, such a vote would move the owners a step closer towards parting ways with Snyder with a little bit of further rancor as possible. That person cautioned, however, that the next step will remain precarious, even in the scenario because of ongoing uncertainties amongst the owners about Snyder's approach to the issue. Issues such as indemnification and the NFL investigation being conducted by attorney Mary Jo White. But that issue raised on the financial committee meeting Wednesday seemed to put the brakes on the timetable. Under NFL rules, any franchise sale must be ratified by at least 24 other 32 owners. The finance committee genuinely vets any proposed deal, but proposed deal and makes a recommendation to the owners, who usually follow committee's recommendations. But the sale has varied from the traditional process in large part because of the issue unique to Snyder and the Commanders. Snyder and the team are under investigation by the league and by the federal authorities in the Eastern District of Virginia. The previous were investigated by the House Committee and the Oversight of Accountability, previously called the House Committee on Oversight and Reform, and reached settlements with the attorneys generals of the D.C. and Maryland related to allegations of withholding deposits from ticket holders. Hearst's testified agreement to buy the team from Snyder is not signed and is non-exclusive, leaving the process open to other bidders. At least one other bidder, Canadian businessman executive Steve Apostolopoulos, has remained active in the process in recent weeks after submitting a $6 billion bid. Even so, Hearst's bid was submitted to the NFL for informal review. The review initially had generated optimism within the league about Hearst's ability to complete the deal to satisfaction of the finance committee and the other owners, but Wednesday meeting proved that the first opportunity for finance committee members to study the details. Hearst, the owner of the NBA 70 Philadelphia 76ers and the NHL New Jersey Devils, is private equity investor with an estimated net worth of $6 billion according to Forbes. More of his limited partners were identified publicly last week, including Eric Schmidt, the former chief executive officer, and Google's Alejandro Santo Domingo, the billionaire heir to a family beer fortune, and Mitchell Morgan, the founder and CEO of Pennsylvania-based Morgan Properties. It's a lot here, y'all. Let me take a look at what y'all saying though. What's up, y'all? What's up? So, yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. I did not know this article was that long because when I was making my video on it yesterday, I could not find the article live on air. So me reading, I'm not gonna read all that. I'm not gonna bore y'all to death. But moral of the story. Okay. I personally still think and expect this ownership to happen, the ownership change to happen. However, it could be a strong possibility that the Washington Commanders ownership sale will not happen by the May 22nd deadline or 22nd meeting, I should say. So that's very unfortunate because I just want to get it over with. I just want to wash my hands clean with this whole situation. But it definitely, I think it's still gonna happen for sure. But let's go ahead and get to the comment section, and we're gonna get out of here because I really wanted to do a stream today because I didn't do one yesterday. But y'all know this isn't typically the day I go live. Tomorrow I probably will go live again because I'm going live tomorrow night with Rio Robinson on the channel, Juris, Protech. I gotta reach out to Protech and Pedro, potentially Pedro. And we'll be looking at the Commander schedule release. It'll be fully out tomorrow, so you have nothing to worry about. But I wanted to come on live because I thought we would get more leaks. But you already know later tonight when the video when the full schedule come out, we gonna make a video on it. So don't worry about that. But let's get to the comment section and then we'll quickly get out of here. Alante Outridge, what's going on? Alante says, "What's up, Juan? The documentary was awesome. Keep grinding, young king." Hey, I appreciate that, Alante. And yes, sir. I'm glad that you enjoyed the documentary. We got more content coming out on that channel. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, I did a documentary on Chuck Burrell, the DC go-go legend and godfather of go-go music. It is on Juan Gotti TV. The link to that is going to be in the description and in the comment section of every single video. So please go over there. On that channel, we're going to be doing documentaries and just videos about the DMV area as far as the music, the culture of past and present. And then we're going to also be throwing in some mainstream documentaries too. I want to do one on the Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z. I want to do one on Roger and Zapp, Marvin Gaye, Taraji P. Henson, Dave Chappelle. It's gonna be so much great content. Whether you're my age and we talk about the rap scene now, in the DMV, or whether you're older and you want to hear about the go-go bands from back then, or the rappers from back then, and some of the mainstream stuff like that, you're gonna find something that you like over there on Juan Gotti TV. So please go over there and subscribe. I just made the new page yesterday. I already had a Juan Gotti TV up with 70 subs. But after taking you guys' consideration, you guys said, hey, you know what? You might as well start over. So that's what I did. So please go over there and subscribe. It's free. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Alante. T-Rail, Old Hairline. Appreciate you for coming through, listening to the Top of the Morning Show. T-Rail says, that's great. That's good news. We have the weakest fan base according to them. Until that changes, we will get no respect. That's true. Our fan base is very passionate, man. Yes, has it died off over the years? Yes, but that's because we've been trash. But when Washington's good, they'll see. They'll see. Appreciate you, T-Rail, for listening to the Top of the Morning Show. T-Rail also says traffic is already crazy in New York. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Is that the reason why they don't play in New York City? I'm curious. I'm curious to look it up now. Is that why the traffic? Why does the Giants? Why don't the Giants play in New York City? Why don't the Giants play in New York? Let's see what they say, because I'm curious. The Giants played in Yankee Stadium. The Jets played in Shea Stadium. Jets contract with Shea was first, so during the offseason, the owners upper echelon chose the stadium in Jersey. That's not really giving me much. The Jets tried to negotiate terms of a new lease, and after they couldn't reach an agreement to continue playing at Shea Stadium, they moved to New Jersey, joining the Giants, and MetLife Stadium opened up in 2010, and the Jets and Giants have played there ever since. All right, back to the comment section. But I was just curious. All right. David S. Appreciate you, David S., for listening to the Top of the Morning Show. He says, what's this? I hear that the team might not be sold before the start of the season starts. Yeah, that's what I was just reading. And that's what the video I made on yesterday. That there's a potential that the team won't be sold by the... I still think the team's going to be sold, but not by the initial owners meeting that we thought May 22nd, 24th, late May, early June. I don't think that. And that's all I was trying to say in my video yesterday. So that is a strong possibility. G-Man, what's up, G-Man? G-Man, welcome to you. Welcome to the Top of the Morning Show, episode 25. Thank you for listening. He says, G-Man, what's up? Or, yo, what's up, everybody? G-Man says, Alante, what's up? G-Man says, everybody, hit job on the team comes from Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post. He's using all of his influences in the media and the NFL to pry the team out of Dan's hands. I think the NFL will block this deal and Bezos will end up with the team. That's an interesting take, G-Man. If that comes to fruition, you're a genius. You're a genie. You know something that we don't. But, all right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I know it's a lot of schedule release news coming out. Stay tuned for that video coming out when the Washington Commanders sports schedule come out. I'm about to go work on the Eric Bieniemy documentary that I have coming out on the channel too. So that's really why I want to cut the stream early, because I really want to get a head start on working on the Eric Bieniemy documentary. It's gonna be a good one. So please stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all the content. Love each and every one of you guys. See you guys later. Wow. Peace.